Hello and welcome back to A Real Horror Show. And in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a newly announced horror collectible from none other than Lego. That's something a bit different and a definite change from the toy and collectible companies that we usually talk about here. And Lego and horror are two words that you wouldn't usually find in the same sentence, but here we are. And if you haven't yet seen this, Lego have just revealed a Jaws Orca diorama set, complete with minifigures of Brody, Hooper, and Quint, and of course, Bruce the Shark. And I felt like I wanted to talk about it. It's safe to assume that the merchandise is starting to roll in celebration of 50 years of Jaws next year, and I'm certain we'll be getting a lot of great collectibles. NECA, please release the shark. And also get that Brody figure released while you're at it. But anyway, I guess the company to kick it all off is Lego. I think it's safe to say that for all you Jaws fans out there, you're gonna need a bigger shelf. By the way, if you're new here, don't forget to slash that subscribe button, especially if you love all things horror and, well, nerdy collectible stuff. And also, please leave a like on the video and drop a comment down below as it helps me out a lot. And yeah, let's take the dive and take a close look at this new Lego Jaws set. This is the 58th release in the Lego Ideas line of sets. And for those who may not know, Lego Ideas sets are basically sets that are suggested and designed by fans, who can upload their creations to the Lego Ideas website where, if they receive enough votes and support from the public, have the potential to be picked out by Lego designers, refined and released as an actual Lego set. Some other examples of Lego Ideas sets include the Back to the Future DeLorean, the Home Alone house, and the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. I also have this large-scale Lego Ecto-1 that I got for Christmas the other year, but this particular set isn't a part of the Lego Ideas line. I just absolutely love this thing, and this video gives me an excuse to show it off. It's also rumoured that a Nightmare Before Christmas Halloween Town set is on the way in the near future, so for you Tim Burton fans, this is one to look out for. But coming back to the Jaws set, this was designed by Lego Ideas set creator and Jaws superfan Johnny Campbell, who did a magnificent job at depicting the iconic summer blockbuster movie in Lego brick form with intricate detailing. The set is 23 inches wide, so fairly large, which is great because the Orca and whole Jaws diorama deserves to be a large and dramatic display piece. The set will also have a total of 1,497 pieces and is made for ages 18 and up, and that's a point I will actually come back to later. So I guess we'll begin by taking a look at the three minifigures, starting with Matt Hooper, who is represented here in his double denim outfit and beanie attire, which he wears upon his initial arrival to Amity Island. I could be wrong on this because as much as I love Lego, I am no means an expert on such things, but I believe this may be an entirely new and unique Lego piece for Hooper's hair and beanie hat. It would have been really cool if the set also came with an alternate figure of Hooper in his scuba gear, but the minifigure we're getting looks great and also has an alternate, more concerned, back printed face. We also of course have Chief Martin Brody, who also has an alternate facial expression, so you can have him with or without his glasses. And by the way, all of these guys come with multiple accessories, including Brody's pistol and chum bucket for example, so you can recreate those iconic and memorable moments, some of the most iconic in cinema. Other accessories include a camera for Hooper, and a spear gun and machete for Quint. Now speaking of Quint, he is the final of the three minifigs and looks fantastic, but unlike Hooper and Brody, he doesn't have an alternate face, which is a shame because it would have been a great opportunity to give him a terrified look for replicating his demise from the film's final act, sliding into Bruce's, well, Jaws. And I've got to say that even though it's that classic Lego style, these minifigs represent these characters ridiculously well and have a very clear likeness to Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss and Robert Shaw. I think a lot of it comes down to the facial expressions, and that really sells it that it's these people. One thing that I've always said is that if you have a Lego minifig made after you, you know you've been successful in life, or at least done something legendary. So now let's get down to the real meat and potatoes of this set and talk about the diorama build itself, starting with the Orca. I absolutely love how this iconic boat has been translated into a Lego build. It really does look fantastic and features so many little details, including all of the aspects of the Orca from the film that you would expect to see. Amongst these many details, we have Quint's fighting chair with a fishing rod attached, the diving cage that is used by 𝙆𝙀𝙀𝙀 in the last act, a small seating area to recreate the scene where Robert Shaw delivers that incredible USS Indianapolis monologue, those famous yellow barrels used to track the shark, and even though they're kind of hard to see in the product images, the gas canisters that are ultimately used to defeat Bruce. There's honestly detailing all over the place on this build, and overall, this is a brilliant recreation of the Orca. I guess the only possible negative I can say about it is that the Orca looks slightly small in its scale, which becomes most apparent when looking at the interior space. And I've seen online that other people share this opinion that the boat is ever so slightly under scale, and I had a look at the images of Johnny Campbell's original LEGO Ideas design, and the Orca is definitely bigger there and much more accurate in its scale. However, I do feel like this is a slight nitpick because at the end of the day, this is still a LEGO set, and that's by no means an excuse for the Orca to not be screen accurate, but I don't think it really hinders the set or lowers its quality in any way. In fact, I think the talented LEGO designers and engineers have done a really great job at refining the Orca and giving her a more streamlined and clean design. Also, at the end of the day, the more pieces, the higher the price, and we'll get to that in a minute too. But of course, it wouldn't be a Jaws set without everyone's favourite big fish, and the animal that made audiences all across the world scared to enter the water, Bruce the shark. Right off the bat, I think it's incredible how good Bruce looks considering he's a completely brick-built piece. The detailing is extremely impressive, from the gills to how they've constructed the fins and also those lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. He also looks to be perfectly in scale with the other minifigures, and there seems to be enough space there in his mouth to insert the Quint minifigure. Again, it's such a shame that Quint doesn't have an alternate face to recreate that shark attack scene. Something that is really cool about this set is that Bruce also has his own display pedestal, which honestly could have been a pretty good little LEGO set all in itself. The pedestal looks quite smart and also features a LEGO Jaws plaque at the bottom. It's nice to have this alternate display option, and if you want to place Bruce on the diorama base with the Orca, he splits in half, which I think is a really clever design feature. Now, speaking of the display base, the Orca and Bruce sit on a really classy looking diorama of the open ocean with a slick black border and two plaques, one of the same LEGO Jaws logo graphic and another that features Brody's iconic quote, probably one of the most iconic quotes in all of cinema.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I think the ocean and wave effects going on here look really great and overall makes for a fantastic presentation. This is also very similar to LEGO's previously released Jurassic Park diorama set that recreates the famous T-Rex breakout scene, as well as the Indiana Jones Temple of the Golden Idol that both have the black borders and fancy plaques. By the way, I would love to own this Indiana Jones set. I mean, look how cool this thing is. Another thing that all these sets have in common is that they're all Steven Spielberg movies. The main one that's now missing is a set for E.T., but as expected, another LEGO Ideas creator is already ahead of the game. But if you're a horror collector, I'm sure you might feel like you've seen this product somewhere before, and you may have already noticed the similarities between this entire diorama and the McFarlane Movie Maniacs Series 4 Jaws box set that came out back in 2001. And I feel like that McFarlane set may have also inspired the magnificent diorama statue made by Iron Studios, which released just last year. But why change a perfect design? So looking at the price point, the LEGO Jaws set is retailing for $129.99 Great British Pounds or $149.99 US dollars. When it was rumoured that this set would be getting released, I knew it would be more or less a day one purchase for me. I've always been a huge fan of LEGO. In fact, I had a huge LEGO Star Wars collection as a kid, including the Death Star, but I traded all of that for horror stuff. And obviously I've always been a movie fan, specifically a horror fan. So really this set is a no-brainer. And the final product looks unreal, but I wasn't expecting the price to be quite that high, but I guess I was just being naive because we all know how extremely expensive and extortionate LEGO has got over the past few years. So I think this one's going to stay on my wish list for now. It kind of makes me glad that the Orca isn't completely in scale with the minifigures, because I imagine the price point would have increased with every extra piece that they added. And I said earlier that I'd talk about the fact that this set is made for ages 18 and up. And although I understand that the age rating on a LEGO set is in regards to the complexity of the build, I still really like the idea of LEGO creating sets based around IPs that are more targeted towards a adult audience. And I mean, LEGO is for everyone. They've always made sets that appeal to older people as well as young people and everyone in between, and have made sets based around quite a lot of older fandoms. But I think I can speak for most people when I say that I'd love to see LEGO make sets based on more adult themes, including those within the horror genre. And I know that LEGO would never make sets based on like slasher movies and movies that are rated 18 or R or higher, but I'm talking more about films maybe around the 15 mark, and they should make more of these classy diorama sets for the adult collectors. I just think that that would be really cool, and things like Jaws are a great gateway into that. But in conclusion, the set is a stunning tribute to Spielberg's 1975 masterpiece, and a wonderful way to kick off the 50th year anniversary celebrations for the film. Also, if you haven't seen it yet, check out LEGO's video, Jaws in a Jiffy, that recreates the whole film in LEGO's own little comedic way. And it also features all elements of this new set. It's brilliant, and if you're a Jaws fan, you're sure to love it. Let me know what you guys think of the Jaws set in the comments below, and also let me know if you're planning on picking this one up for yourself. I've got a lot of great videos planned that are coming up for you guys, so don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of them. Hope you're all having a great week, and until next time guys, take care.